Welcome to the channel Get Rich. Today in this video we are going to look into cryptocurrency, market cycles and where we are now at the current cycle. So market cycles are always important no matter what, which sector or which assets we are in. Market cycle is very important. So mastering the master cycle is very important to be successful in any market, because buying low and selling high is important and taking profit is also important, and the most difficult one is to know when to sell, because we should not sell too early and we should not caught up in a market crash. So let's look into the previous cryptocurrency market cycles and where we now. So let's get into the video. So first, let's have a look at the crypto total market cap. So as you see in this chart, we have a total crypto market cap in $1 billion. For example, always the market cycle so has a pattern. So here in this case, a year of bear market or a drawdown, 1 year of accumulation and 1 year of getting back to previous all-time high, and 1 year of parabolic run up. So same pattern repeats again. So 1 year of bear market, 1 year of accumulation, 1 year of returning back to the previous highs, and 1 year of parabolic market prices. So always in these parabolic years you can see several severe corrections. So maybe you will think, okay, this is my top, okay, I'm going to get out, but then it again goes up too much, you lose out a lot of these profits here. Maybe you'll think this is the market top. We have to be rational, or we have to analyze where the market top is going to be. It's a bit difficult to predict future, but we can always look into history to predict what's going to happen in the future. So here in this case, in the first cycle, we had almost 75% drop, and then we had accumulation period, and then returning to the back, and then we had a parabolic run up, and then same here, it's 85% or 88% drop, and then accumulation, but then it's not smooth as before. It went up and then went down. It will not be exactly the same, but it will often, the history rhymes. So here in this case it's going back, and now we are in the parabolic year, so it can crash. So the next one is going to come is this bear market crash, but I feel we still have 5 to 6 months ahead in this parabolic run. So we still have time to go. So I am expecting the market cap to be somewhere around 8 to 10 trillion dollars. That's what my expectation. So currently it's sitting around somewhere around 1.7 to 1.8 trillion dollar. So it can go up somewhere between 3 to 4 times still, or even 5 times at the optimistic scenario. I am not selling the current crash, so I'm not buying the current crash. So because I took some profits, and I'm not buying back, so maybe it's a good decision to buying back, but currently I'm still holding my cryptos. I'm not adding to any of my positions, and I am not selling any of my positions in this crash. I'm still holding all my cryptos. So let's look at the cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin or the altcoins cycle. So if you look at the altcoin cycle, it's similar to Bitcoin: a crash, accumulation, getting back to all-time highs, and a parabolic year. Crash, accumulation, all-time high, and a parabolic year. So it's also the same like Bitcoin, because several cryptocurrencies, or all the cryptocurrencies, usually follows the Bitcoin cycle. So here in this case, I'm also expecting somewhere around $6 trillion. So the total market cap is, I'm expecting 8 to 10 billion dollar, and I am also expecting 60 to 65% dominance of altcoins. So it's going to somewhere around $6 trillion in the market peak. That's my prediction. We still have 6 months in the cycle, according to me. Of course, it's not a financial advice, but that's what I think in this market. So then let's look into some of the previous cycles, and let's try to predict what will happen in the future. Is it the top? We still have some room to go. So we look into some of the indicators to know whether where the market cycle is. So first one, let's compare with the previous cycles. So after halving, there are like two complete cycles we have. So this one is Bitcoin after 2012, 2016, and 2020, after the halving. So after the halving, what happened? The first cycle, which is 2012, it went up huge, and this is the first cycle. And the second one, which is 2016, so it's going to be in the next one is bit slower or longer. time frame it took longer months to reach peak, and also it had a crash and so on, but it followed almost followed the similar pattern, but not exactly same. See here it's peaked and dropped, and it's not exactly the same, but it's a bit similar. So this is a 2016 chart. So as of now in 2016 we are somewhere in between 2012 and 2016. So currently after the crash we are at $40,000, so which is somewhere around here. So I don't think it's the market peak, because it's not similar with the previous cycle. At least I would expect Bitcoin to go to 100,000 for sure. So 60,000 is bit lower for the cycle top, so it can even go to 200,000. So the stock to flow model prediction is 100,000, and the revised stock to flow model X prediction is even 300,000. So it can go to 200,000 for example, or 250,000, somewhere in the middle, because until now it follows the structure somewhere in between. So it can go up to, for example, 200,000, but 100,000 is minimum, I would say. So the next chart we are looking at is comparing different cycles after halving with the returns. So here in the first cycle we had a humongous return, and you see the when it goes to deep yellow and then it starts to drop, and the red it dropped. So here in this case it's the same, so it was turning from green to yellow to orange, and then it then dropped down. Here in this case we are still turning from green to yellow, we are not at all in the complete yellow here. It has to go to orange and then crash. If history happens again, so we still have some room to go up in this case. This is the comparison with previous cycles. Also we can compare some other indicators. For example, this is a stock to flow model. So stock to flow, what is stock to flow model, you can see in the Google. So I'm not going to explain what is stock to flow model, but using the stock to flow model we can estimate a value of a asset. So even with gold or silver, you can estimate their value using stock to flow. So this is the Bitcoin stock to flow model chart. So this line is the actual value, representing the actual value of the Bitcoin over period, because of increased demand and the lesser supply, lesser inflation over the year. So you see it actually, the price chart followed exactly or almost this chart until now. So what happens in the bull market, it usually goes way beyond the actual price or fair price, and then crash back down, and then it follows and it goes back to high again and then crash back down, and now we are in this stage of going back to the peak again. So it had several, for example here it had this big dip, and here also we had several dips. So here I see it's one of these dips we are currently facing. So we still have room to go up to here. So for example, this is almost 100,000 is the stock to flow model, so we can even go above, way above 100,000, so 150,000 or 200,000 as this cycle peak. So I believe we are not at the market top yet. So also if you look into the model variant, so it's in the where it turns into a bear market. Currently we are way below the fair price, so that's nothing to worry, I would say. And then if you look at our next indicator, which is the 200-week moving average and 200-week moving average monthly increase, so also when we turn to red, the market crashes. So usually yellow and then green to yellow and then orange and red is the, for example, peak. We are still at the green to tanning going into yellow, so I think we still have some room to grow. So all of the indicators are showing we still have room to grow in this market cycle. And then let's look at the golden ratio multiplier. Usually here the peak at the last multiplier we just crashed, so we are not in that level region yet, so we still have room to grow in this indicator as well. And if you look at the holding wave, what is the holding wave? So 1 year holding wave, so the percentage of Bitcoin which is not moved over a year. So usually, for example, when the crash happens, more and more people starts to hold. When the market peaks, more and more people move the Bitcoin to sell it in the exchange, and when market drops again they increase of holding, and then market peak it goes down. So now it started to going down again, but it's not at the level low of these market peaks. So we still have some room to grow, and then these hurdle waves can come down a bit more to bottom out. So we still have some room to grow in this indicator as well. So then let's have a look at their last cycle peaks and valleys. So usually in the bull market we have like 38% correction, 38%, 30%. So last cycle we had almost 630 plus corrections, almost 30% correction 6 times on the way up. So every time after the dip, look at after the dip, 138%, 100%, 200%, 164%, 117%, 288%. After the dip we have a huge run up. So I think now we are facing one of these dips and we are going to bounce back. So that's what I am thinking now. So it's a good time to buy, I would say. So the next question is it the time to buy? I would say yes, this is the time to buy, because I believe we still have more room to grow, but that depends on your risk taking capability, because there are more risk ahead. 1 year ago Bitcoin was trading at around $3,000 to $5,000. Now it went up to 65,000 and currently it's trading at around $40,000. But still it's a great deal, it can go up to $200,000. But the risk way back in 1 year ago was much less than now, because it currently trades at around $40,000 and the risk to reward is important. So you are also having several altcoins which are trading much cheaper than Bitcoin. You can go out and buy, but the risks are higher for these alternative currencies than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the safest of the among all the cryptocurrencies. These are some of the best cryptos deals we have, because it crashed, so it's all in deal. For example, Bitcoin is the safest, Bitcoin, Ethereum and Cardano. So these are the large caps, the blue chips, if you want to invest in blue Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and then Polkadot. And Chainlink is also a very good currency, Litecoin, VeChain, and the DeFi plays like Aave, Synthetix, Graph, and also Elrond and Zilliqa. These are the very good coins to hold. Always allocate higher percentages to Bitcoin, Ethereum and Cardano. These are the Bitcoin is the most safest among all of the cryptocurrencies. That's my personal opinion. It's not a financial advice. You have to do your due diligence before investing in any stock, because I don't know your risk profile. So you have to analyze your risk profile, because these are all big risks involved in these currencies. Because what just happened 2 weeks ago, Bitcoin even crashed 50%, 55% in a week or so. So there are more volatility in this market and there are more gains also in this market. So if you are not capable of handling this volatility, please don't invest in cryptocurrencies. So, and also please invest what you can afford to lose. If you like this video, like, share and comment. And if you did not subscribe to my newsletter, please subscribe to my newsletter in the link below. In this month newsletter, I will talk about market cycles, how different market cycles play out, and also some more interesting stocks, Indian stocks and other things. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.